This one has been in the works for a while. I've been meaning to make a chopped cheese on this channel for a long time now, and today we're finally getting to it. If you're unfamiliar with the chopped cheese, it's very similar to a Philly cheesesteak, but it's completely an animal onto its own. It's one of those New York City legends. I guess it originated in Harlem at a place called Hajjis Deli. This is kind of what the origin story is. It became one of those things that you can get at a bodega for a few bucks. Let's start to build this thing. I'll show you what goes into it. I promise you it's very easy. If you're new here, we do delicious recipes every week. We do dining reviews every week. For more of that, hit like and hit subscribe down below. Everything I've seen about the chopped cheese is built on a sub roll with meat, and then it's built with some onions on a flat top. I don't have a flat top, but I've got a giant cast iron skillet. The first thing I think most of these places do is actually press the bread like a panini. I don't have a panini press here in my house, so what I'm actually gonna do is slice the bread along the axis. I'm gonna actually sandwich it in between two sheet trays. I'm gonna weigh it down with a cast iron skillet. And hopefully that gives me the nice like pressed sandwich thing. The one that I had here locally, actually they pressed it after filling it. So I don't know how true that is to the original, so I'm not gonna do it that way. I'm gonna do it the way I've seen the New York City places do it. My cast iron pan is heating up. You gotta press these patties. For me, the easiest way to do that is to actually just take a cutting board and press it down. It doesn't matter if they break up like that. It's all good. You're gonna be chopping this up anyway. Just for good measure, kosher salt on the first side. And then I'll show you how we season up the other side when we flip it over. Now this comes together so quickly. I'm gonna, in my hot cast iron pan, put about a tablespoon of olive oil just to coat the bottom. And I'm gonna start to saute some onion. Pinch of kosher salt, and just let that cook up nice. Now remember, this bears some resemblance to a Philly cheesesteak. So we wanna get these onions nice and soft, and then we're gonna kick it to the side and cook the burgers right in the same pan. While that goes, let's talk about seasoning. What the classic is like seasoning salt, which has like paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper. But I think today we're gonna go in a little bit of a different direction. We're gonna kick it up a notch. We have the patron saint of bamming, Emerald Lagasse's essence, original essence. Bam, bam. So we're gonna use that today. Onions are cooking up nice. We're just about done with how I want the onions to be, so I'm actually gonna pick those off to the side. Right on with our patty. Now these are 4-ounce patties, and you want those to develop a nice crust on the first side. You can't forget at this stage, a little bit of the seasoning right over top. Bam, bam. I'm gonna put a little on the onions too, why not? Let's talk for a quick second about the cheese. You could use the classic Land O'Lakes American cheese or even your Kraft singles. I like to use a cheese called Cooper's Sharp American cheese. It is probably what I think is the most amazing American cheese. So seek it out in your supermarket. If they don't have it, you can use whatever you could find. Here's where things start to get a little critical. I'm gonna give those onions a quick stir. I'm going to flip the burgers. See that nice crust? And now you get to chopping. I like to use this bench scraper. It actually helps out a lot. And then mix it all together. Now you can go back to your spatula, mix that in. At this point, you're basically done. I'm going to get it all in a pile like that, kill the heat, slide it off the burner, and go on with our American cheese. You don't want to skimp on the cheese, guys. Time to see how these rolls came out. Oh yeah, look at that. That's awesome. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit the video with a thumbs up. Comment down below with some future suggestions. As far as the toppings, the classic toppings are lettuce, tomato, sometimes they add pickles, mayonnaise. I actually went all out and went for Kewpie mayo today, just for a little bit of extra zing, and then some ketchup. There's one more step that kind of brings this together. Got my nice crusty roll. I'll open that up. Just come right on. This next step is kind of critical. What you do is, we're gonna finish building this thing in the paper. I think what we'll do is lettuce, tomato, Kewpie mayo, This looks incredible, but we gotta wrap it. That's gotta sit for 5 minutes and we'll cut into it. Let's put it this way, you go to a bodega, there's nowhere to eat there, so you gotta take it somewhere anyway. So it's gonna sit in that wrapping. What they usually do is cut it at this point and then wrap it again within the wrapping. So you'll almost always see a chopped cheese double wrapped. Those last 5 minutes are seriously brutal. Let me bite into this darn thing. My oh my. You get kind of that like fatty, rich, meaty flavor, kind of mixed with the onions, very reminiscent of a cheesesteak or even like a steak-um sandwich, like the way you're supposed to make steak-ums. This is so delicious. The mixture of mayonnaise and ketchup and making it with the Kewpie mayo, completely over the top, and that Cooper's American cheese melts throughout the entire thing. I don't know what to tell you. This is absolutely incredible. I really think you're gonna like my other recipe videos. I'll leave a link to those right here. And we recently ate a Mr. Beast burger. This kind of reminds me of that. So I'll leave a link to that video right up here. You can check all that out. Have an amazing day. Happy New Year, and we'll see you in the next video.